Hey Grandpa, it's Megan, and here is your first video that I promised you to help you with your new smartphone. So this is just the first of many. In this one, we are just going to get you logged into the phone from the start. If you do a factory reset or you buy it new from the store, this is the screen that it's going to start on. So this is a 6S, exactly the same phone that you have. It's definitely not in as good condition as yours is, but you'll get the idea. So this is the home screen right now where it says hello in all the different languages. We're just going to go through the buttons really quick. This down here is called your home button. These on this side, these are your volume buttons. Volume up, volume down. And then this is your mute or unmute right here, this little switch. Do you see it? So you go that way, and if it shows orange, that means that it's on vibrate. And if you go that way and there's no orange, that means that it will ring if you have it set to ring. And then on this side, you just have the power button. This is how you power on and off the phone and how you communicate with Siri. And then this is your SIM card tray. So this is where your SIM card will go. And then there's no buttons on the top, and then there's just speakers on the bottom. This is your charging port. This is where you'll plug your phone in to charge it. And then this is your headphone jack. So if you wanted to plug in headphones and listen to music or listen to books, this is where you would plug your headphones into. So this is what your phone looks like. You're going to go ahead and hit the home button to have it bring you into where you choose your language. I'm going to choose English right here. So I choose my language, and then it tells me to select my country, and then it asks you if you want to do a quick start, and you're just going to hit this button down here that says set it manually. Then you have to connect to your Wi-Fi. So I'm going to find my Wi-Fi, and I'm going to connect to it really quick. So I click on my Wi-Fi, and then I enter in my Wi-Fi password. If you don't know your Wi-Fi information, it's probably on the back of your router. If that still doesn't work, you probably need to call your provider. We'll be out there soon, so we can help you with your Wi-Fi, so don't worry about that. This is just information for in the future. It's probably on the back of your router. Then you're just going to hit join, and it will connect you to the Wi-Fi. Then you're going to hit next. It's going to say activating your phone, and that it might take a few minutes. There we go. And then you'll just see that little circle that's moving above it. That just means the phone is thinking. So then it's going to bring you to this page where it asks you about your data and privacy. If you want to learn more, you hit learn more, or you can just hit continue. So then it brings you to this page that talks about the Touch ID. So the Touch ID is really important. This is your fingerprint, whether it's your thumbprint, your first finger, any of your fingers, and you can load multiple fingerprints. I suggest just starting with your thumb, because that's probably what you'll push the home button with most often. So you're going to want to hit continue. Don't hit setup later, because you definitely want to, this is added security. So you're going to hit continue, and then it says to place your finger on. So you're just going to put your finger, and you'll see as you push your finger up and down, it will scan your fingerprint. And this is a way to unlock your phone. And then you just hit continue, and then you need to rotate your finger around a little bit so it can get different pieces of your finger. So it just recognizes it a little bit easier. And you don't push the home button in as you go. You're just pressing your finger just very lightly. Don't push the home button. And then once it gets your whole finger, you just hit continue, and then create a passcode. So you want to create a passcode. It doesn't have to be 6 digits. It can be an alphanumeric code. It can be just a number code, or it can be a 4-digit numeric code. So if we just choose a 4-digit numeric code, and I'm just going to choose zeros, You're going to want to choose more than just zeros, but you want it to be a number that you're going to remember. And then I'm just going to hit use anyway. Then you're supposed to enter the password again. And then it takes you to the next step. So if you already have an Apple ID, you would go ahead, if you wanted to set this phone up from another phone, you would hit restore from a previous backup. There's different types of backups you can do, so that's what those are all saying. Or you can say don't transfer apps and data if this is the first time you're creating one, or if you just want to start fresh and you don't want all your stuff from your old phone. Okay, I also wanted to say that if the screen goes off, you just hit the home button. It'll say this again, it'll bring you back to the home screen, but if you hit the home button again, and then you enter that passcode or you use your fingerprint, it'll bring you back to where you are for this setup. So, for an Apple ID, you either use an email that you already have, or you set up a new email and then you choose a password, and it's very, very important to remember this password. So if you need to write it down, or there are some password apps that you can use to keep track of the password, but you don't want to forget that. So if you need to create one, you're going to hit down here where it says forget password or don't have an Apple ID. So you click on that and it's going to walk you through creating. So you're going to hit create a free Apple ID. And then it's going to ask you for your birthday, it's going to ask you for a couple more things. And at the end it's going to ask you if you want to set up security questions. You do want to set up security questions in case you do forget your password. You want to be able to have like a workaround to be able to reset your password, and your security questions are going to be that workaround. So once you've created your Apple ID, you're going to go ahead and log in, and it's going to bring you in. You're going to agree to the terms and conditions, and then express settings, you're just going to hit continue, and then continue, and then if you want to set up Siri, you're going to hit continue, and it'll ask you to say, hey Siri. Okay, and then it says that hey Siri's ready. You're going to hit continue again, continue. And then you can either share with the app developers or don't share. I just always hit don't share. Might be a little bit paranoid, but I always hit don't share. And then this is one that may be useful for you. So this is where it asks you how you want your display. So this is the regular display, or you can hit zoomed. And the apps are going to be a little bit bigger. The words are going to be a little bit bigger. So again, standard, zoomed is just a little bit bigger, as you can see. So it might be better to choose zoomed if you want to. Like I said, it just makes the apps a little bit bigger, the words a little bit bigger. And then you're just going to hit next. And then it says welcome to your iPhone, and then get started. And then you just go ahead and hit the home button, and this is the power button on the side. So you hit the power button and it'll turn the screen off. If you hit the home button and you hold your fingerprint, because you set up your fingerprint, it will log you in. If you use a different finger that doesn't have the fingerprint and you hit it a couple times, it'll eventually bring up the password, and then you'll just enter the password that you created. Your password, even though you have your fingerprint set up, your password is still required when you restart your iPhone, if it dies and you have to charge it back up, if you have like tried with the finger ID too many times and it hasn't worked, or somebody else has tried and their fingerprint isn't recognized. So you still need to know the password even though you set up the Touch ID. The Touch ID just makes it faster. So now you're into your iPhone. Yay! Now the real work begins, but we're into the iPhone. So stay tuned. I'm going to send you some more videos on how to use your smartphone. I love you, Grandpa. Bye.